But let's go with the East first. Which series do you think is more likely to have the blowout, and which series do you think is going to come down to the wire?
I think the one that's most likely to have the blowout is pretty easily Milwaukee and Chicago. Chicago's been like really bad since they started out the year really good, and Milwaukee just seems like a team that's not here for games in the playoffs. Like they're not here to fool around. Their leader is certainly not a guy known to take games off. It seems like they mean business. They seem like the type of team that's not going to get lackadaisical after going up 3-0 and like, okay, we'll give them game 4. We'll win game 5 at home. They seem like they want to end you in 4. And that's what I think will happen. I think the one most likely to go to game 7 in the East is obviously Boston and Brooklyn. Boston certainly looks like the better team, and they played like the better team now, but you still have Kyrie Irving, you still have Kevin Durant. And then, today it came out, Ben Simmons was eyeing games 4 through 6 as a comeback, right? That's potentially the knockout portion of it. And if you add Ben Simmons to that team, then it's a completely different dynamic, even if he's not playing 40 minutes from the jump. But anytime you have, Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant, it's never going to be an easy game for you. And I mean, we saw it. Kyrie started off 12 for 12 in the play-in game, and KD had 25 points and 12 assists or something. Like it's a team that plays well. They got shooters all over the place. They have some bigs. They do have Andre Drummond. They do have Claxton. So it's more bodies than I guess we thought they'd have. But I think that's the best first round matchup in all the playoffs, and the one I'm most excited to watch.
I can't. So I agree with you. First of all, on the blowout. Even when the Bulls were good this year, they sucked against the best teams in the East and West.
They didn't beat anybody good.
Right. So even when they were good, they weren't good against the teams that matter, the teams they're going to face in the playoffs. And Milwaukee, I think, is just on another level. You've seen it throughout the years that they have gotten and taken these steps to get better and better. And then obviously it culminated with the championship last year. But I don't know if the Boston Nets game is going to be a better series or the Philadelphia-Toronto series is going to be a better series. I think Boston is still the better team than the Nets, and it's crazy to say when you look at the top 2 stars for the Brooklyn Nets, and with Boston losing their defensive centerpiece and Robert Williams, who apparently they're talking about might come back in time for this series. I don't know how that's possible, but maybe. But you're looking for that ascension for Tatum and Brown, kind of take those next steps, especially Tatum. Tatum's the one they all focus on. Is he going to be the next KD and all that stuff? Brown's kind of the secondary out of it. But I just think Boston has more complete pieces around them that you can kind of depend on the other guys to step up more than you can for the guys rocking a Nets jersey, despite all the names that you can mention on the Brooklyn Nets, from Blake Griffin to Andre Drummond, to Seth Curry.
I'ma get it, I be on a what?